Hello everybody, welcome to Nego Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I'm so excited. Where I live today, we're supposed to get a little snowfall later in the afternoon, and I promised myself I was going to have a little walk in the snow. I love going to our local beach when it's snowing and you see the snow fall over the water. It's so beautiful. So today we have the Star, which we love, and this card is so beautiful. Two of Wands and the Chariot. So with the Star, it's like, get ready for these wishes to come true. What are you trying to manifest right now that you think will be your next stepping stone on your path? The one thing that I look for immediately after I wake up is contentment and stability and calm direction. So I don't sort of like blast off and I get some crazy list for myself to do. I will set an intention to, kind of step forth into the day with peace and harmony. I'm very lucky that the first things I usually see is one or two of my cats being silly and funny, and it puts me in a good mood. But let's set that right now. Like, what's a wish? If you haven't identified something that you'd like for the near future right now today, usually we want something because it provides a feeling with it, right? If it's new love, it provides us with those beautiful endorphins and those feelings of being desired and wanted and cared for, all of that, right? Companionship. So if you're looking for companionship, what are some of the steps that you're taking in order to move in that direction? Are you availing yourself of good eye contact, of answering people if they're in your DMs and they're being a little flirtatious, sort of investigating what really suits you right now too. So I love this too. For Star, a lot of people are hoping for, to create some nifty legacies, to hand down. Like, people want to be remembered well and remembered for being a little special, a little magic, having a pretty phenomenal skill set at something. So what would you like to polish up? What would you like to do? I know for myself, I saw this video the other day and I thought, this is magic. But my first instinct was, oh my gosh, is this safe? And it was the wildest thing. And I thought, this was my childhood. That's why I love it so much. And it was literally this family, and they just move all over the place, and it starts with a kid sort of hanging off the father's lap, and he's on like a moped on an island, and the kid's head is like bouncing up and down on the dad's lap, and the long hair is flowing, and it was a sense of freedom. But also I was like, where's the helmet, where's this, not like this modern day stuff. But it was like Island Day. And then you see all these kids just running and jumping off rocks and jumping into the ocean and going through fields and being adventurous and feeling safe and feeling like the universe has their back in everything they're doing. And I thought, oh my gosh, that was my childhood. We literally lived on a beach where we just run and jump off the pier first thing in the morning after we woke up. We had gray rock where we'd go to the top and just jump, no joke, in midair and catch the swinging rope. Never broke a bone, never fractured anything. It was that feeling of I am capable, I am strong, and I was strong, and we were like freaking out of the Jungle Book because the second we woke up, our parents were like, see you at 6 o'clock at dinner time. We were on our bikes, we were on our way, we'd come back, we'd leave with our lunches. Legit, no cell phones, nobody knew where we were at. Vaguely, we were at a beach or at a park somewhere. Crazy. Never got picked up in a white van with somebody with candy. How that ever happened, I don't know. But it was one of those videos where it was just amazing. These kids just running and jumping and playing and knowing that they were strong in their freedom in their bodies because they did this. And that's my strongest wish for this generation and for the next generation, that everybody doesn't overdo the safety protocols, so people don't trust themselves. They don't trust the fact they can climb a tree, they can jump off a pier, they can just go have fun. Like, seriously, I would never, how now it's like, oh mom, if somebody said, oh mom, I'm going water skiing and jet skiing and this and that, you'd be like, oh my gosh, do you have all the equipment? Do you have this and that? My parents were like, bye. You know what I mean? My one friend, we just like, I don't even know if her brother had a boat license, but they had a boat, just took off in the middle of the ocean like water skiing. Just wild stuff like that. Like, I'm not even sure, I'm serious, if we had life jackets on. It was the Wild West, and I loved that. The weird thing is, I never, in all my years of swimming and everything else, I think I was stung by a jellyfish once. And it's so nuts. I'm like, it's that feeling that I wish everybody felt protected and free. That's what I wish, because when I have days like that, and I don't second guess myself and my guides and my angels, I feel powerful and amazing. And that brings us to the Two of Wands. Very soon, you're ushering in what you want to manifest. You're ushering in those wishes because you have that self-belief. You know that you are worthy of great things and rewards, and the universe does have your back and loves you and will provide for you. So if money seems tight, like I know I do this thing where I'm like, oh, I want all of this paid off on this credit card. I want this, I want to make sure everything's, and if my mind starts doing math and all of this, I get a little consumed by it. So I stop. I'm like, everything is always worked out. I was always put in the effort to bring in the income, to pay this, to do that. And that's going to happen for you, and something is going to click. When I'm doing this reading, I see somebody trying to get a jar off a top of like jam, and they're pulling and pulling, and all of a sudden it clicks and the jar just spins, and then it's just resting peacefully on the top of the jam. So it's coming. Everything that was too tight is now loosening and happening for you, which I love. Very quickly this is being ushered into. So isn't that a beautiful Chariot card? It's so, I love it. It's like the heavenly bodies opening up, and these, the yin and the yang, and everything happening for you. And just, it is your time. It is your time to succeed, to feel safe, to feel the bounty of life, to feel love from others, to feel love for self. There's no reason not to. I know by watching certain things, we can ingest things. Let me give you a prime example of what ingesting things can do to our mental state and to our physical state. Okay, quick sip of coffee, because I knew better than this, and I was like, ouchie, why am I doing this to myself? However, I love lasagna, and I knew this was going to happen anyway. Okay, so I was hungry the night before last, and it was late, and I was watching Grimm, and I was having a blast. And somebody was making food on that show, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. And I wasn't really, because I ate dinner like a normal person, but it's like 11 or 12 at night. And I'm like, ooh, there's lasagna in there. So I had a piece, and it wasn't like a crazy amount, but I had it within minutes of going to bed. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'm. And when I woke up, it was weird. I had just this feeling all day, just not great, like just heaviness and sluggishness and like everything for a while. And I said, okay, so this is the day where I'm going to power through, and I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to move, and I'm going to circulate, and make my organs feel good, and do this, because what can happen is one bad move can lead to another. If you don't feel like super energized and stuff, you can go, oh, I'll just kick back today. And I rectified the situation by movement and also positive thinking. And I talked about color therapy yesterday too. Do this for yourself. Wear pink, wear red, wear the upper spectrum of the rainbow. Yesterday, when my coat was a dark orange to light bright yellow, just this windbreaker, I was so happy that I was buying things in those hues. Like I said, sunflowers and happy batches of flowers, and I felt uplifted. So give yourself a reason to be joyful. Whatever it is, a fresh bouquet of flowers, the best coffee, and a beautiful car ride or walk somewhere, a conversation with somebody funny and silly, going online. I just love listening to funny podcasts. I just laugh, and I'm instantly catapulted into this brain state of life is funny and life is hilarious. So when I see the ridiculous and like the self-involved, I don't get mad at it. I laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's just so extra out in public on whatever, it's like, it's comical to me. And then also when I dig deeper, I have empathy for these people because they're lacking that somewhere in their life. So you're going to feel this. You'll feel the magic swirling. You really will. You're like, I can have anything I want. I really can. But also, why do I want that? Let me really identify and set the intention behind any want. And sometimes you'll see that want shift and dissolve because you'll realize, you know what, that's just something I think I wanted through the power of suggestion, maybe social media. Look at these handbags, look at these clothes, look at this, whatever. You're like, I'm good. What I really want is I want contentment, and I want connection with people. True connection. And then you'll see you're spending less and paying attention to things more that truly fulfill you, and that is what's coming for you. My sweet peas, hooray! I love today's energy. It's so good. That is what you are meant to hear today. Love and light to all of you. And I know I sometimes forget to mention, but if any of you guys are interested in a private read, down below is all of my contact information, and I get your read back to you within 24 hours. I do it, either the next morning or that evening. I just keep things really tight and in a row, so I'm able to stay on top of things. And I love doing private reads. I just feel like now that all the planets are direct, it's go time. It's magic time. It is definitely, I've never seen a more chariot time than now. So love and light.